Hello, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the chain slack on our 2015 Kawasaki KLX 110. And I haven't looked at the manual yet, but I'm betting that may be just a tad out of adjustment. So, let me go grab a couple of tools. We're going to get it adjusted out and get it cleaned up. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, let's go over some of the tools that we're going to need to get this done. Basically on your box end wrenches, a couple of 10 millimeters, 14, then you're going to need a 22 millimeter socket, a pair of pliers, and just a decent wire brush. Nothing too aggressive. So let's get it done. Alright, I've got it up in the air now. What we want to do is go ahead and get this cotter pin out of the way. Then we're going to break that main axle bolt free. That's a 22 millimeter on one side and a 14 on the other. You don't have to take it all the way out, just loosen it up enough to where the tire will kind of move back and forth on its axle a little bit. All right, the other thing you want to be aware of, as we're pulling the axle back, it is going to make the hub actually pivot. And what that'll essentially do is tighten up the brakes. So what we want to do is go ahead and back that off a couple of turns so it doesn't get hung up on that. And what you have are two adjustments. There's one on either side, and they're held in place by these little pinch bolts. So you want to break that loose to where we can start adjusting it. All right, this chain is really worn, and your actual slack, it should only be moving about a ½ inch, and it's probably moving about 3. So let's see if it will adjust out. And whatever adjustment that you do over here, you want to duplicate it as far as where your little indicator is on the other side. Alright, and that's moving it about a ½ inch, and that's what we want. So let's count right here, see where we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and right at a ½. So let's go adjust the other side to the same point. Because it's really important that they be adjusted at the same point to where the tire tracks straight and wears correctly on the chain. So if you only do one side, it's kind of crabbed to one side or the other. And once you match this up, you need to go back to the chain to make sure the slack is still set correctly. Alright, so yeah, that's a little bit too tight. So let's back that off. So we'll put it right at 5 1/4. And you want to push up on the chain, that way it'll pull the axle back. So that should match both sides now. And we've got about a ½ inch of play, maybe a little bit more, but I'm comfortable with that. Lock your pinch bolts back in. Remember I talked about the brakes? See how loose they are? Remember, we got to tighten that back up now since I gave it some play. All right there, about 3/4, maybe a ½ inch before it engages. So that's spot on. I'm just going to do a preliminary tightening on the axle bolt. Then I'm going to grab a torque wrench and set it to 47 foot-pounds. That's it. Now, the other thing you want to be aware of is to make sure that your bolt leaves one of those holes open to put your cotter pin in. So if you have to put a little bit more on it to get it to line up, then that's what you have to do. It can stand a couple more pounds. Straighten out our cotter pin a little bit and pop her back in. All right, still got about an inch of play, so I think we're good to go. Next, let's go ahead and get this thing cleaned up and then re-lube. Maxima makes a great product for doing this. They've actually got a chain cleaner and a chain wax. And so that's the system we're going to go with. All right, go ahead and shake up the cleanup can. Get things mixed up in there. I'm just going to spray it directly on as we're rotating the tire. All right, next we're just going to use a wire brush just to clean off some of the outside dirt and grime. Go ahead and do both sides of the chain. And next, what we'll do is we'll drop her down and take her outside and then just hose this off. Once it dries, then we'll bring it back in and then I'll show you how to apply the chain wax. All right, well, we got her cleaned up and dried off. So the only thing we've got left now is just to put on the chain wax. Go ahead and get it shook up. And let's start turning that wheel, and we'll get one side of it, and then the bottom side will probably shoot through there. All right, that ought to do it for the top side. And now I'm going to shoot kind of right through here to where I can get it on the inside of the chain. And that ought to do it. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up this little project. If you need any of the chemicals that I used, come see us at Partzilla.com and we can get you taken care of. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the section below and I'll do my best to answer them. And until next time, I just want to say thanks for watching.